the channel. I'm Mr. Giggles, and this month it's Spooky Month. So sit back, relax, and get spooked.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, and I watched Haunted Honeymoon with the tagline, a comedy chiller. Yes, it started off with 3 dots, so I had to make a long pause. This one is with Gene Wilder, which I love as an actor, you know. Gene Wilder is really a good actor. I like him. And you know, the first time that I've seen him was in Charlie and the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in the Netherlands. It's called Shaki and the Chocoladefabriek, which roughly translates to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, I'm looking away now a bit because I'm putting shit on my hard drive, so don't mind me doing that. I will look away in a second again, you know, to put something else on my hard drive, so you know, don't mind me while I'm doing this. Anyway, now technically I watched yesterday, but I hadn't filmed it yet or uploaded it yet, so yeah, that's why you get it today. I actually planned a different movie for today, but because I was home earlier, I thought, you know what, let's put that movie from today to Sunday, and we're gonna do just now Haunted Honeymoon. Yeah, that's it. Let's just start with this movie, shall we? We're inside, and doors open. We see outside, and we're now outside, and we see a castle. I don't know what you call it, but it's maybe a castle or just. Or maybe a high mansion, whatever you are. It's expensive. It looks expensive. Let's say that. Yeah, zie ik zo the camera very slowly zooms in, very slowly, and yeah, it goes first bit, you know, up, and then it goes down, and it goes straight, and we see that it's going towards a window. When it's maybe halfway through, we got a cut, and we got into closer to said window. And we see a person. I thought it was a woman. No, it was a man. It was a man. But you know, I've written down woman. So we see a woman, and she is go on the window, you know, and we hear her scream, "Help! Help!" And then she tries to open the window, and the window falls outside. You know, the glass just falls out. Okay, I was cut off for a second. Why? I don't know actually. But anyway, so you know, the like I said, the window falls out, and then that woman in the trash window yells for help, opens the window falls out, and she falls dead over, and then the wig flies off. And then he gets back up again, and he says, "It's not what you look. It's not what you think." What does he say? Flies off, and he says, "It's not what you think it is." And he goes back limp. Then the camera goes to the right, you know, very slowly to the right, and then he comes back up, and it's of, "Oh yeah, it's actually what you think it is, but blah 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 blah." And then he said, he goes back limp, and the camera continues. But we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. You know, the movie was about 2 radio personalities, which was actually pretty nice, nice how they did that, because we started kind of then, you know, we were in a radio studio, and they were having, you know, doing a program, you know, for, and now you know, we continue with the story, blah 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 blah, you know. And that story was actually haunted. Sorry, bit of hiccups. That story was Haunted Honeymoon. So Larry and Vicky, you know, they did the things in the studio with the script in front of them, which was actually pretty nice to see. And then we got the movie itself, and then at the end we came back, as in it was all a story that they just told in the radio studio. So it was pretty nice detail, actually, pretty nice. I like it. You know, we went to the, you know, from castle to from the castle to the radio studio, back to the radio studio, and they said at the end of they announced they're engaged, and everybody happy in the studio, and then now they're gonna marry in real life. Okay, but which real life do they mean? Do they mean real life as in movie real life, or real life as in real life? Because the actors, the G. Wilder and what's her face, Ratner. I just put her last name here. Whatever her first name is, Ratner. Wilder and Ratner were married in real life too, which was pretty nice actually. So there's some other movies where she is also in the movie, with Gene Wilder, which is actually pretty nice. So it's true. They probably have some good chemistry too, but they're also married in real life. They were married in real life. Rest in peace to both of them, because they're both already dead. But this was nice, to you play the husband in the movie, but she plays the wife in the movie, but they're actually in real life also a husband and wife. They just play each other's counterpart, in the movie and in real life. That just that's fun casting. Why cast a woman that has to play his wife, but you can cast his actual wife that's also an actress. That's just fun, It's the same as you cast your son to be in the movie, you have the father-son role in the movie, Maybe think about this one for Will Smith, But that was more written for Jaden Smith, probably, But I haven't seen the movie yet, but probably plays father-son in the movie, but also in real life a father-son. That's fun. I think some other movie has done that, with father-son, but then it's an older parent and then a younger, maybe in the 30s or 40s. I think, didn't Charlie Sheen do that in Anger Management, where his father Martin Sheen also played, I think, a role in that show, and he played the father in that show, but he's also the actual father of Charlie Sheen. I think it was that one that also did it, that I did have seen, and Anger Management, the show, not the movie. So that's just fun casting. Why cast somebody else that you kind of know through the movie, and maybe you've seen on the set, another set that you played, with each other, or you just know each other, that's fun. But it's more fun to actually be father-son, or mother-daughter, or father-daughter, or whatever, mother-son. That's just more fun to, or grandfather, grandparent, grandchild, That's just more fun and maybe more genuine, because you act like you actually are, you have to act the grandchild, but you are actually that grandchild. That's more fun, in my opinion. And same with this one. It was actually, I didn't know that they were actually married in real life until I looked it up halfway through, who she actually was, and if I've seen her in more movies, which I might have seen her in one more movie. I don't know for sure anymore, but it was just fun to find out that they were actually a couple in real life too. So a big shout out to them for that, and that's also the only thing that's written down. Oh, no, wait, well, no, I've the other thing. When they were, when Larry and Vicky came to the castle, there was a butler there. Again, I was cut off. Why the fuck was I cut off? But Fister with what was it? PF, not PH. So Fister with first P and then F. And but Fister was a bit bad hearing from time to time. When the first show came in, and he didn't recognize that, because apparently Fister was there since that Larry was little, and he said, oh yeah, he's a bit hard hearing, and then Larry said that to his wife Vicky, but Fister heard that and thought, oh, is she hard hearing, and he asked it about the wife, and she said, oh yes, and now from time to time he is just yelling at her, also a coffee, ma'am. So maybe not a coffee, or for champagne, ma'am. You're just right here next to her ear, and he is screaming at her, champagne, ma'am. those bits, those were really funny. I really I laughed a lot for maybe not a lot, but I laughed for those parts. That was just funny to see. Overall, this movie was alright, it was not the best Gene Wilder movie that I've seen. There are better movies that I've seen him in, like Stir Crazy, or what was the See No Evil, Hear No Evil with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. If you haven't seen that movie, it's really funny. I think Richard Pryor plays, I think, a deaf guy, and Gene Wilder plays a blind guy. So Hear No Evil, See No Evil, or it is vice versa, But it's really funny, and they the one sees maybe something, steal something, or see a crime, and something happens, and I think it's the first Richard Pryor movie that I've seen, and it was really a funny movie. I've seen it twice, I think, or just once, but it's really fun. It's really funny. So I've seen him in that, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Stir Crazy. We did also the channel Blazing Saddles, who, like I said, we did on the channel, and probably some other movies that I just can't think of right now. We're gonna do Young Frankenstein this week, so I think on Saturday. So he's coming back this week again. Gene Wilder is just a great actor. Really like him as an actor. And this movie it was not his best movie in my opinion, not his funniest movie, but it was not a bad movie. I still enjoyed it, so I give this movie a high 3, low 4, but obviously watch the movie yourself, leave likes, recommend a good Gene Wilder movie down below in the comment section. Which is your favorite? Put it down below in the comment section, My favorite, that's a hard one. Okay, what is your favorite Gene Wilder movie outside of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Because you can't choose that one, because that outside of that one, because it's probably your favorite, because that he plays a really good role in that one. Outside of that movie, it's maybe See No Evil, Hear No Evil, because I really that one was really funny. Yeah, I think See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I will definitely bring it to the channel eventually, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 3 years, maybe next year, who knows, I don't know, but we're definitely gonna bring that to the channel. But go watch that movie also, because it's definitely a recommender, it's really funny. But subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats, where we do food drinks every week, also from time to time, hot sauce and alcohol, or my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where we do primarily music. Link down below in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.